Today we're at Weber Automotive with Mike here. He's going to show us how to do basic maintenance on a car. Hi, Mike.
Hi.
I'm Gary.
How you doing, Gary?
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Would you like to show us around the car?
Sure. This is my Tahoe. The engine bay. We'll show you how to check the engine oil. There's always a dipstick. On this vehicle, it's on the passenger side. Usually it's yellow in color, so you know which one it is. You pull out the dipstick, wipe it off with a clean rag. Okay. You look on the dipstick, you can see some cross hatches. This top of the cross hatch is where you want to be for it to be full. So now that we wiped it off, we'll put it back into the dipstick tube here. Pull it back out, see where we're at. I'm at about the bottom of that cross hatch, which is about a quart. Okay?
Alright.
So now to fill it, you have an oil filler. It's got a little oil can. Also tells you what weight oil to use, SAE 5W30. So we remove this cap. Grab our engine oil. I'm not going to pour in the whole quart. I'm going to go about 3/4 and then double check it.
All right.
And we're just below that crosshatch, so we're going to add a little bit more. Puts me right at the top of that crosshatch. So the oil is full. Put your dipstick back in, and always put the oil cap back on. Okay. Coolant level. This is your coolant bottle. All cars are different, but basically they all use a coolant bottle. You always want to make sure before you remove that cap to add fluid that there's no pressure on the system. Make sure that the hose, you can squeeze the hose. Okay? See where our level's at? We're right at the cold mark.
Right.
So that's good. Brake fluid. This is your brake fluid reservoir. You can see from the thing here, I'm between the minimum and the maximum. I know it's going to be low because I got to do brakes on my truck, so I don't want to add to it. So I'll take care of that when I do the brakes. Power steering fluid. This is your power steering pump. This is your reservoir for your power steering. Remove the cap. Same thing, it's got a little dipstick. Wipe it off, and if you look on there, it's got a full cold mark, and it's got a full hot mark. You want the full hot to be there when it's running and the engine's at operating temperature. You want to be at your full hot mark. But to show you guys how to check it, you just put it back in. And I'm just above that full cold mark, so I'm okay.
Cool.
All right. Tires. Tire pressure is very important. Every vehicle has a placard, if you want to show them that, telling you what your tire pressure should be in PSI, okay? That's cold pressure. You want your tires to be at 70 degrees sitting for 3 hours is cold pressure. Okay, so check your tire pressure. Very important, should be done quite often. This is all you need. Don't buy a cheap one, don't buy the most expensive one. I grabbed this one because it's digital and it's easier for you guys to see it. But a good one, don't throw it in your toolbox at home or in the garage. Keep it somewhere safe so it doesn't get banged around. Okay. Your valve cap. Remove the cap. And then this has got to compensate. Shows 0 PSI. Take it and you just put it on here. I'm at about 34, but my tires are still warm. I'm going to leave them there.
All right.
You want to keep it at, like I said, your 32 cold is good for this truck. Okay. Last thing, transmission fluid. Transmission fluid has to be checked with the vehicle running, and it should be at about operating temperature. So start the truck up. Some cars have dipsticks for the transmission, some cars don't. Check your owner's manual, it'll tell you if you do. On my truck, right here, General Motors makes that's their transmission looking fluid thing. It is a lock. All you have to do is lift up the little handle here to unlock it, pull it out. The same thing like the engine oil, you want to wipe it off first. If you look on there, same thing, you've got, that's where you want to be cold, and that's where you want to be when the engine's hot. Okay?
Alright.
Put it back in. Always lock it, pull it back out, see where your level's at. I am right in the middle of the hot mark, so we are okay there. Your battery. Always look and make sure that your terminals aren't all corroded and nasty looking. This is nice and clean. Same thing on the negative one. It's a little hard to see, but it's nice and clean. Air filter. This one's kind of a pain in the butt to get to. I know it's clean. I just did it on the last oil change, so unfortunately I'm not going to show you how to do that, but they are, some are easy, some aren't. Any issues, call your mechanic. They'll be more than happy to check it.
Alright. Well, thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
It was a pleasure meeting you again.
You too.
Alright.
See you later.
See ya.